But we're going to get into that at another time. But we're going to deal with this right now. It says, verse 2. And there went out fire from the Lord and devoured them, and they died before the Lord. Now, why did they die? Because they broke a law. They already broke a law, and they did it in the temple. And Moses said unto Aaron, this is it that the Lord spake, saying. Now, let me say that again. Then Moses said unto Aaron. Now, this happened to his sons, but God didn't tell Aaron. Who was in charge? Moses. God spoke to Moses and told Moses. Now Moses is doing what? Telling Aaron. And this is how it works in Israel. This is why Elijah is coming to put the house of Levi back in order, because there's no structure in Israel. Israel does not have it set up for his laws, statutes, and judgments to be performed to keep order in Israel. You must obey the Most High God, and you're not doing that. You can't do it. You don't have any priest. I don't want to go there, but let me finish this. So Moses is going to speak unto Aaron. This is that the Lord spake, saying, I will be sanctified in them that come nigh me, and before all the people I will be glorified. So he's saying, God darn it, when you come before me, I will be sanctified. Do not bring any sin before me. Do not perform any acts of sin before me. I have written this law for you. These are my commandments, and you will obey them. And as far as the people are concerned, any act that I do, anything that I say, I will be glorified in it. But not y'all. Y'all glorify Jesus. That's another story. And Aaron held his peace. So in other words, you got two charcoal crispy barbecued sons laying here, and you got to hold your peace about it because they broke God's law. Let's move on. Y'all think God plays when he's talking about his law. Y'all keep it. Y'all keep his statutes and his judgments. You's a motherfucking lie if you do. Verse 4. And Moses called Mishael and Ephraim and the sons of Uriel and the uncle of Aaron. And this is another thing y'all have to know. When he talks about people and he's dealing with the priest, the people are all of Aaron's relatives. He has uncles, aunties, cousins, nieces, nephews, in-laws. All these are priests. They're priests as well, but they are not high priests. So when he says in certain chapters in the books, and he says the people, and he's talking to the people, when he's dealing with the priests, he's talking to the people that are a priest. Then when he breaks it on down, he's talking to the congregation, those that are around the congregational seat, which are the sons of Aaron. All right. So he says, and said unto them, come near. Carry your brethren from before the sanctuary out of the camp. Huh? Get them out. They charred, burnt up bodies. Just take them out of this. Get them out of the camp. So they went near and carried them and their coats out of the camp. They put two crispy charred little bodies on little beds, and they threw their coats over their arms, and they took them out. As Moses had said. And Moses said unto Aaron, and unto Eleazar, and unto Itamar, his sons, uncover not your heads. See, they wore hoodies. That was a hood. They had a hoodie. Put a hood on. Now, they couldn't have that hood off when they went out because the people could see the tears, or the people could see the expression on their face of sorrow. He said, cover it. Don't you uncover your head. Neither rent your clothes, lest ye die, and lest wrath come upon all the people. But let your brethren, the whole house of Israel, your brethren, the whole house of Israel, who are talking to Israel? Levi. Bewait the burning which the Lord hath kindled. In other words, all y'all know about it, and nobody can mourn. Nobody can rent their clothes for the loss of their brother. Nobody can shed a tear. Nobody can sow sorrow, because God did what God was going to do because they broke the law. All right. And ye shall not go out from the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, the furniture, the seat, the congregation, the altar, the congregation, and the seat. All three of these. So there's a door there. The door has a curtain. The door, and the curtain's back, and the seat is there, and the altar is there where they burn the sacrifice, and then the testimony, the congregation is behind that. When you go out, when you leave out of this temple, lest ye die, for the anointing oil of the Lord is upon you. And they did according to the word of Moses. And the Lord spake unto Aaron, saying, do not drink wine nor strong drink, thou nor thy sons with thee, when ye go into the tabernacle of the congregation. When you come into this temple, which is the house that the congregation sat in, the piece of furniture that sat in the middle in between the other two pieces of furniture, don't drink. Lest ye die. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations. And that ye may put differences between holy and unholy, and between clean, unclean, and clean. That was a statute. Now see, when they broke the law, the laws of God are far different from the laws of the land. The laws of the land don't keep their statutes. They change theirs. God does not play. Y'all not keep. When your child or your son disrespects you, because that's not honoring your father or your mother, you don't kill them. You don't stone them to death. When your children blaspheme the Lord, I know some of them have. Y'all got kids that don't even want to hear nothing you talking about because they can't understand it. Y'all had them in Christianity. They don't believe it. You don't stone them to death. Y'all don't keep the statutes of God. All right? You don't keep his judgments. Let's go to Leviticus 24. Let's look at Leviticus 24. And, of course, they got some crazy names in here I'm not going to be able to pronounce, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at Leviticus 24. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, command the children of Israel that they bring unto thee pure oil olive beaten for the light. Stop. Now, let's get your setting. You always need to get your setting, because this is not talking to you people. This people and this children are the children of the house of Levi. And then it breaks it down even more. These are the priest's children, because only the priest could handle the things of the Most High God. So these are the children of Israel concerning the priests that handle the things of God. To censer the lamps to burn continually, without the veil of the testimony, in the tabernacle of the congregation. In the tabernacle of the congregation. So when they stood before this congregation and spoke these things, they were bringing in this oil. Okay, we'll get down to that and you'll get a better understanding. Without the veil of the testimony in the tabernacle of the congregation, shall Aaron order it for the evening until the morning before the Lord continually. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. Whose generations? Aaron. Aaron that's standing there in front of the congregation as he's making the order that they come in with this beaten oil. And y'all know what beaten oil is. I mean, today they have Crisco and they can put that in there and stick in it and burn it and it'll burn long. Well, that's what they did to this pure olive oil. They whipped it, they beat it until it was creamy, and it would put in the lamps and it could burn. And when it would get low, they had to continually put this wick in, this oil in there to keep it going. In verse 4, he shall order the lamps upon the pure candlesticks before the Lord continually. So this is a statute. This is a statute that has to be performed. The statute is that they continually put the oil on there, and the judgment of that is that it burns. It can't go out. It has to continually burn. Verse 5. And thou shalt take fine flour and bake 12 cakes thereof. 2 tenths deal shall be in 1 cake. And thou shalt set them in 2 rows, 6 on a row upon the pure table before the Lord. And thou shalt well, anyway, go ahead. Y'all read all that. I'm not going to go through all that. Y'all can read all that. We're going to get down here to the heart of this. Let's get down to the heart of this story, because this is dealing with the law and dealing with the commandments. Let's go to verse 10. No. Let's do 9, because I'm going to show you how in verse 9 this is getting to this law and the statute. But above that is telling you all the things that the children of Aaron, which are his sons and sons, had to perform in front of the congregation. Let me see, I got it right here. So here's the curtain. This is the veil. And then this is the altar, and then this is the congregation, and this is the holy seat back here where God would sit and talk with the high priest. And this little piece of equipment right here is the congregation, and Aaron could stand in front of this, and the lamps and things were on the side, and they would bring in this oil and the bread and the flour and all that good stuff. All right, now in verse 9 it says, and it shall be Aaron's and his sons, and they shall eat it in the holy place. Where? In the temple. This is for his family only. Him and his sons and their sons and their sons and their sons and so on, family and children. Just Aaron. Not the rest of Levi. For it is most holy unto him for the offering of the Lord made by fire by a perpetual statute. This means forever. Never cease. It has ceased now because we're not together and the priests are scattered amongst us. But that's what Levi's coming back to do. That's what Elijah's coming back to do, to set Levi back in order. All right. Now let's go to verse 10. And the son of an Israelite-ish woman, whose father was an Egyptian, went out among the children of Israel. And this son of the Israelite-ish woman and a man of Israel stole together in the camp. All right, now. So now we see here where something is wrong in Israel, but nobody said anything about it. Nobody went to the priest and told the priest, we got some sin going on in the camp and y'all need to do something about it. They let it go on. Nobody said anything because he had brought this Ishi woman in, like y'all want to do now. Y'all want to bring the Ishi in and marry the Ishi, or they was just stoving together. I mean, they just was shacking up, living in the land. So here comes her son out, okay, to cause confusion in Israel, with Israel. All right, verse 11. And the Israelitish woman's son blasphemed the name of the Lord and cursed. And no, he didn't say goddamn shit, hell, fuck, shit, motherfucker. He cursed. He put a curse upon Israel. He spoke something out of his mouth, evil toward Israel, as if he wanted them. He wished they would all die. Or he placed a curse. He cursed. All right. And they brought him unto Moses. Didn't I tell you? Unless the priests are informed, unless the priests are told, nothing will be done. That's how I know y'all ain't keeping the laws and the statutes. All right. So they brought him unto Moses. Now, here comes the law. All right. That's just like if in your neighborhood, as we said, in a helicopter, and y'all call the police because somebody has done something. Now, here they come. Here come the law. All right? Now, and his mother's name was Shelomith, and the daughter of Debrai of the tribe of Dan. So Dan calls this shittery and fuckery going on in Israel happening right now, that Moses got to be disturbed because this foolishness is in the camp. Verse 12. And they put him inward. Didn't we say that? Didn't I say that earlier? When the law comes and the law hears what was said about what took place, then they put him in a holding cell. See, they copied us. They took the way Israel lived, and they're trying to live by it, which they can't do. But this was the act that took place. Once the law was brought into play, then they tell you what the person did. Then that priest decides, oh yeah, we got to hold your ass because we got too many witnesses on what you did. So now he's in a holding cell. All right, they put him inward. All right, that is where you go when you have done something wrong. All right. Let me see where I'm at. And they put him inward